Hey everybody. Well, they finally arrived. I ordered this aluminum kit from A&F back in October of last year, and now it's August. So I finally received them. They just arrived here by the great UPS guy, and I'm gonna unbox them right now. Here we go. So, nice little A&F tape. To say I'm excited is an understatement, of course. So the configuration is a 12, 16, and a 22-inch bass drum. Very vintagey. And the packing is pretty good. Hopefully there'll be no damage. Ooh. A lot of paper. Thank goodness there's not popcorn. They're coming with coated heads. Look at that. Oh, that's so nice. As you can see, it's just a bare box. So I'm lucky they did not arrive damaged. I haven't been that lucky with kits before. I actually had another aluminum drum set by Oriola that I received, and they had been dropped, unfortunately. Here we go. Nice. Looks like a, I'm going to say coated ambassador. It says Remo. Bubble wrap. Of course. This thing is gorgeous. So it's got leather behind the lugs, brass lugs with a raw aluminum finish. Very nice. There's the seam. It's a vent hole. As expected. I mean, that's the A&F vibe. Basically is very vintagey. Nice. Sounds beautiful. Beautiful. And on the inside, you can see very thin. I don't have the specs on the thickness of the aluminum shell. It was funny, the UPS guy, when he delivered them, I told him there was a set of drums, and the first thing he said is, "Are they aluminum?" For a non-musician, non-drummer, just automatically say, "Are they aluminum?" Which I thought that was an amazing observation by the UPS driver, and I said, "Yep, they sure are." So, tuned right out of the box. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, okay. Key is, are they round? And they are. Nice. Okay. That's one. Now the floor tom. I don't usually get drum sets that are new. I had one other unboxing video of my Thomas Star Walnut kit, and that was pretty darn exciting, as is this. But usually I'll pick up kits that are used. But let me see, my last kit was, before the Thomas Star, was my Yamaha Absolute Hybrid Maple, which I love. I still have it. That was new too. So I'm actually making a liar of myself. But I've bought a lot of drum sets back in the day. Also, the tom is I believe it's a 7x12. I'm going to confirm that. Let's take out some of this paper. And we're going to play them once I get them all unboxed. I'm sure my neighbors are going to love that, but hey, it's the middle of the day on a weekday. Hopefully somebody will like to hear some drums live in my beautiful backyard. It is hot. I'd say it's about 90 right now, Northern California. But it cools down at night, really nice. Not like Florida. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, born and raised. Was there for 30 years. California is my home now. Wow, look at this. Nice. No legs in here, so I'm hoping the legs are in this box. I'm sure they are. Legs and spurs. Okay. So Rami Antun, forgive me Rami if I got your last name wrong, the president of A&F, and Danny Sanchez are the two guys that I've been talking to pretty regularly about the kit. Also shout out to my drum forum org brother, Mapex Always, that's his tagline. Doc, you know who you are. He was responsible for me getting the kit a little bit earlier than anticipated. He actually is having a kit made for himself, and he told Rami, get Dan's out first. So I really appreciate it, Doc. You're a good guy. Besides, I only have 9 kits, so what am I going to do having to wait for another one? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. All right, this is a beautiful drum. I just need to get it out of its bubble wrap. And see, these are the mounts. Here's the seam. As you can see, they almost look like marching drums with the single lug. Double-sided, but single lugs. Wow. They are beautiful, I gotta say. There's the badge. Beautiful leather. Behind, again, all the mounts, all the hardware, and the badge. So let's hit this puppy. Oh, God, that sounds good. Can't wait to get them up. Here's the inside. And I wouldn't say they're polished because it's like a matte finish on the outside, but they've certainly toned it down because inside it's very rough, as you would expect these drums to be. Very nice. All the lugs, sorry about that. Got a big street on the other side. The lugs are all attached with Allen bolts. Very substantial. I'm going to hit that again because wonderful. All right, let's get to the bass drum. Here we go. Okay. Oh. I think this, very light. I think it's the spurs. The spurs on these drums are tiny. I had a concern that they wouldn't hold, but oh, no, no, no. My t-shirt. My t-shirt. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna cut it right here, guys. I'm putting my t-shirt on. Be right back. Okay, here it is. Got my A&F shirt on. Thank you, Rami. Thank you, Danny, for that. Congratulations from Rami. Thank you so much. Awesome. So I didn't order a snare drum, primarily because of the cost of the kit. I wanted to keep the cost relatively down. So what I did was I had previously purchased an A&F Maple and Teal 6.5 by 14 snare drum that's beautiful. I'll bring it out and I'll play it with this. But I think there is an aluminum A&F snare drum in my future. And there's also probably a second floor tom in my future too. But then again, I'm gonna have to wait a long time to get it. It's not a problem, but it's a wait. So I wanted to play the kit before I decided to pull the plug on the second floor tom. Pretty sure I'm going to do it. Shh, don't tell my wife. Okay, now she's cool with it. She said, hey, I'm glad you're not into boating. Actually, I'd like to have a boat, but it's too expensive. Money pit. I know. Somebody will say, what are you talking about? Coming from Florida, I know boats are expensive. Okay, enough talk about boats. So yes, these are the floor tom legs. And it's got like a brassy finish. Nice. Ah, with pearl feet. I love these ISO feet. I love these. They really do make a difference with your floor tom. If you haven't gotten the ISO or the pearl feet or the Gibraltar, makes nice nice isolation feet as well. They just pop off and go back on. Rami and Danny and those guys at A&F, they're smart guys. So let's see what else we have in here besides the bass drum. I think I need some spurs. I think I found the spurs. Oh no, I found the wing nuts for the floor tom legs. God, I don't want to lose these. I'm going to get a package to carry to transport these. See? I could just see it going underneath my deck, and I can't get underneath there. So let me see, there's two. There's something else in here. I'm thinking that it's the 2, 4, 3. Yeah, I think those are all the screws for the spurs and for the floor tom legs. And I'm sure these are the spurs in here. The spurs in a little package. We all know how big spurs can get. The spurs on these things are tiny, but they say they hold them. I mean, you've got major tour guys, one being Jamie, I forgot his last name, the drummer for the Tears for Fears touring drummer, great drummer. he demoed his A&F kit. I think he had a 24-inch bass drum, and yep, these are the spurs. Look at them, check them out. That's it. So let's get this rocking and rolling. Honestly, when I take a bass drum out of case, out of a box, after it's been shipped, it's a very nervous moment for me. Because last couple of years, I actually sold a drum set to a guy, a CNC kit, to a guy in Texas. And I used one of the two big shippers. I'm not going to say who now, but it wasn't UPS. And it arrived damaged. The shell was cracked. It had been dropped. Admittedly, I had nested the drums, and from now on I will never nest a drum again. The guy from UPS said they have to be aluminum, they're so light, and he was right. When you put extra added weight, it's just more pressure on the delivery guy to pick this stuff up. And my bass drum case, because it had a floor tom and another tom inside it, 3 drums, it weighed over 70 pounds. They were not light drums either. So, here it is. You're probably saying, shut up, Dan. Here we go. So really nice, the badge on the front of the bass drum is it's an actual badge. It's not a decal. First time I've ever seen that with it from any drum company. And the depressing thing is, and I know I'll get comments about this, I am going to port the front. I always play with port. I'm not a closed bass drum type of guy. So flame me if you want, but it's just what I do. It's easier to mic. It helps me get the sound that I'm looking for. But for right now, I'm going to play it unported. Oh, I need to check this thing thoroughly. Beautiful. It's probably maple, I would think. But the brass, the lugs, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see here. Yeah, I went 22. I like 24s, but 22 makes more sense to me. Number one, probably one of the biggest reasons, is that I'm going to mount the tom. I can't mount it to the bass drum because aluminum is very thin. I don't think I'd ever put a mount on. I like bass drum mounts, tom mounts on bass drums, but in some instances, like my Thomas Stars, you can't do it. The shells won't handle it, they say. And no, I've never even questioned it with A&F. I just know that's how it is. Nervous moment as I look around to see if there's any dents or dings, and there isn't. Power stroke P3 on the back, clear. Let's see, I'm really excited about this. Just checking all this paper to see if I have any other gifts, if you know what I mean. Hint, Rami, Danny, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, which there weren't, but that's okay. Alrighty, so this is uncharted territory for me. I'm gonna do it this way. So I took the front head off. Drum looks great, but if you could see how thin they are. So you have to be ultra careful. Because one whack on this aluminum and you'll never get it back into round. Anyway, I'm going to put, oh my gosh, I'm putting a muffler in my bass drum. Anyway, there you go. This is so interesting. The badge actually is bolted onto the head. Awesome. Here's the badge. Beautiful. The nice thing about this stand is that these feet pivot really solid. Okay, so I put, as you can see at the bottom, an EV EQ pad in the bottom of the drum. So it's touching both sides of the head. One interesting thing about this bass drum is that it's a 10 lug bass drum, meaning 20 lugs on the bass drum. Well, not 10 lugs on the bass drum, but 20 claws. I thought they were 8 lugs or 16 claws on the bass drum. I'm okay with 10. I like the look of 10 better, but just letting you know. And just to give you a little close-up view of the spurs. Interesting. There's the other part of that. I am using an Yamaha EAD 10 sound processor, I guess is what it is. It's a learning tool, but I use it for my in-ears doing live performance. That's the only way that I use it. And so basically what that's doing is recording the drums. I don't know if you can see in here, but there's 2 microphones in here. If you don't know about the EAD 10, there's 2 microphones in there, plus it triggers off the bass drum. So they go into the back of this unit over here. And I mean, it's got a lot of sounds on it, but I only prefer the Studio Rev. So the way I'm recording these drums is using that device. And then I'm also using my Zoom H1N I use for all my gigs and all my rehearsals. And I have it placed about 8 feet in front of the drums. So there's going to be a combination of 2 or maybe just 1. I don't want to process the sound. I want it to be as natural as possible. So again, the sizes are 22 by 14 on the bass drum, 12 by 7 on the rack tom, and I believe it's a 16 by 14 floor tom. Cymbals, I use Peisty Modern Essentials. It's a 17-inch crash, 20-inch ride, 18-inch crash, and 15-inch hats over there. No sound edge. Okay, on to the demo.